Hey everyone, welcome to React Native Made Easy tutorials, and today we are going to start a new series of tutorial. And in this tutorial series we will be creating a stock ticker app and a device for that. And in this part of tutorial we will be starting with creating the device. So let's see what all components we need to create the device. So as you can see, first thing that we need is an LCD display. Second is that we need I2C module. Third is the Node MCU board, and fourth is micro USB cable, and fifth female to female jumpers, that is 4 female to female jumpers. So these 4 components that we need, I will show you how it is. So I have all these components here. So this is the LCD display, that is 16:2 LCD display. Let me bring it closer, and just beside it, this is I2C module which gets connected to this LCD display, and as you can see that it is shouldered to the LCD display. So these two components come separately, and this module has all these pins, and this LCD display has the holes in it, so it get fitted in this, and once it's fit you need to solder this, and if you are not comfortable soldering yourself, then you can just go to market and go to an electric shop and they will solder this for you on a very nominal charge. So that's for the LCD thing. And next we have this Node module board which has ESP8266 chip in it, and these are the header pins that we need to connect it to the LCD display. So if you see the connectivity how it is, then see there are names mentioned, that is SCL, STA, VCC and GND. So here also you have the pin names, that is D0, D1, D2, D3, and here you have WIN, GND, RST. So I have just mentioned here the connectivity that we need. We need SCL to D1, we need to connect SCL to D1, SDA to D2, VCC to WIN and GND to GND. So the 4 jumper cables that we have are used to connect this LCD to Node module, and we have this one USB cable that we use to connect this Node MCU board to computer. This will get connected to computer, and this will power this LCD as well as the Node module, and also it will transfer the data and we will use it to upload the firmware. So these are the components that we need, and once you have these components, then we can start programming the hardware, and this is the code for the firmware. So let's check the code and let's try to understand what's going on. So in the code you can see that I have let me just zoom this. Okay, now it's better. So in the code you can see I have 4 libraries that I have included. The first library is to make HTTP request. The second is for Wi-Fi connectivity, that is connecting our Node module to router. The third one is to parse the JSON, and the data that we will get from HTTP request we need to parse it. so that we can use it. And the fifth one is to display the data that we need on the LCD, that is to control the LCD display. So these are the four things that we need. Some of these libraries that we have included might not be there in the Arduino board by default. So I will tell you what we need to do to make it available. So this is the Arduino IDE, okay, which I have also used in my many previous tutorials, which are for general members and not the premium one. So if you are not familiar with Arduino, then you can just go ahead and check those tutorials. But I am very sure that everyone has the craze for Arduino and they are familiar with Arduino. So once this Arduino IDE gets started, I will show you how to install the ESP library and other libraries. So you need to go to tools and you need to go to board, and there you will find board manager. Once you go to board manager, here you can search for different libraries, okay, and all those libraries we have included are available here. For example, I will search ESP. So you can see that here we have ESP8266 library, and because I have already installed it, it's not giving the option to install. But if any library is not installed, then here you will get the option to install, and you can just click on it to install it. Once you install this Arduino library, the ESP library, you will get different board options, and you need to select this board, that is Node MCO 1.0 ESP-12E module. So this board library you need to install. Apart from that, there are some other libraries that you need to install. That is, you need to install ESP8266 HTTP client, ESP8266 Wi-Fi, Arduino JSON, and Liquid Crystal-I2C. So these four libraries you need to install in the same way that I've just told you. So once this is installed, we are ready to use it. Here you can see that we have instantiated the object for using it for using the LCD. So the parameters that we have passed to the constructor is, first is the address, and second two is the size of the LCD, that is 16 into 2. And this, I will tell you that this address could be different for you, okay. For me it's 0x2x27. For you it can be 0x35, 0x3f. So you can try. These are the basically two addresses that are generally there. It could be different, so you have to just do some research on internet for node for LCD I2C addresses, and you will find some more addresses and you can use it. But I think these two, either of these two should work. And so once you instantiate the LCD library, then we just start the we just mention the serial communication rate so that we can use the monitor to print the output. The monitor that is not the LCD, just don't confuse the monitor with the LCD. We have a separate option for printing things on monitor. So this is the speed, bits per second to use to print on the monitor. Second is that we are connecting making a Wi-Fi connection. So you need to add here your Wi-Fi, your router SSD and password. Next, this loop is running until the connection is established. So it will display the message on the monitor that waiting for connection. Once the connection is established, it will come out of the loop and it will initialize the LCD and it will turn on the backlit. So this is what's happening in the setup function. Let's check what's going on in the loop function. So in the loop function, we are checking if the connection is there, and after that we are just making a HTTP request. We get the response, and we from the payload we are just filtering some special characters, because the node module chip, that is the ESP8266 chip, is cannot handle some of the characters, so we need to filter it. So that's what I am doing here. And then we parse the data, JSON data, so that we can use it. So using the JSON library we are parsing it, and finally we are once it's in the usable format, you can see that we are printing it on the LCD. So we are making the cursor place at a specific position and we are printing it. So and last thing that we are doing is that we are setting a delay of 1 minute, so that the request is not very one after another without any delay, because many server or a service provider or API provider might ban you if you make a request at without a delay. So that's why I have you can just change it according to the API that used. For my need, I need it for 1 minute. I will tell you why we need to set it for 1 minute later in my other in the next part of the tutorial. So that's what going on in the firmware code. So once you add this code and compile it, the firmware is ready, and in the next part of the tutorial we will deal with the remaining things. So I hope you guys have found this tutorial informative, and thank you for watching this tutorial, and stay tuned till the next part. Thank you.